Well, people, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi, and how are you doing this morning? I hope all you're doing well and safe. A combined 11 is what I brought to you this early morning. Now, I rarely do this kind of videos, and I know many of you are gonna tell me, Kosi, what's up? You rarely do this kind of videos. Yeah, I rarely do combined 11s. They give me a lot of hard time. Just imagine you're doing a combined 11 of Arsenal and Liverpool. It's almost a Liverpool side. How many players in that Arsenal side are going to walk into a Liverpool side? I think Thomas Partey. You're gonna talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang instead of Firmino, and then there are not so many. Okay, Bukayo Saka might come in, but in case on the bench, I think Mane and Salah are still very, very formidable forces. So that's why I rarely do, combine 11s. But one of the reasons I'm doing it is because we're playing Manchester United this evening, and it's going to be a very, very, very massive hell of a game. And I would like us, actually to go down there and win it. I've been told to do a combined 11 and compare players, and I'm going to do that. We shall be using a 4-3-3. Smash the like button, get your subscriptions in, and let us debate this through. David De Gea on Leno, Aaron Van Bissaka or Hector Bellerin, Kian Tierney, oh my god. We're gonna be looking at all that, but smash the like button before that and subscribe. So you're going to engage with this in the comment section and tell me who do you think is the better player in what position. In my opinion, actually, I think Arsenal, let me just predict, I think Arsenal will get around 5 of 6 players in this starting lineup. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I think we have improved so much. We have really improved so much over the past 5 games, 6 games, and I think we are doing a great job. United is also doing a great job. You have players like Paul Pogba that automatically walk into a combined 11. You have players like Bruno Fernandes that automatically walk into a combined 11. But there are some players we have to debate about. Anthony Martial. We have to debate so much about Anthony Martial before we drop him or we pick him up. So it's going to be a very, very good one, and I pray that all of you please do watch this video until the end. I'm coming with that combined 11 just in a short while. Alright, brilliant. So we are back again. And now, in the goalkeeping department, I've gone with David De Gea. Now, this is quite... it wasn't so easy, by the way, for me to go with David De Gea, like many Arsenal fans are going to tell me, Kosi, how can you go with David De Gea? Blah, 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 blah. Leno is a goalkeeper. I think, I think as well, Lena has been decent this season, but I think De Gea has been exceptional. I think one of the success stories that United will tell if they qualify for the Champions League, if they get top 4, if they win the league, whatever kind of thing they will do, it will be because of David De Gea. He is a pillar. He is this kind of goalkeeper that has accumulated a lot of experience. He is Manchester United, himself, and I think he's been decent this season. The saves are okay, the mistakes are minimized. What else do you need from a goalkeeper? And I think he is truly a wonder this season. I think he's doing so well. He needs to, to keep up those performances if United is going to go anywhere. But I think he's been ahead of Ban Leno. Not so much of Kilo of Leno, because I don't think Leno is also awful this season. We have not really conceded so much of stupid goals. Of course, there are scenarios where I thought Leno should have done better, and there are also scenarios where I thought David De Gea should have done better in some games, for instance. But I still think with David De Gea having a backline that is always letting him down, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, I think David De Gea deserves to be in this goal. He will do us a very good job in goal. If we go into to the centre back partnership, I think it's going to be a little bit hard. Harry Maguire is consistent at Manchester United. Not consistent that he's so good, but he's very, very consistent that he's getting game time, game in, game out. And for me, he's not one of the best centre backs, in the two sides. But you can't forget what he has done for Manchester United. And if you look at United, Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof, all of them are coming in as partners to Harry Maguire. So he is very important in that Manchester United backline. But make no mistake, I'm going to drop him. I'm going to drop him out of this combined 11. I'm going to play Gabriel Magalhaes and I'm going to play Gabriel Magalhaes. Oh, that is too far from where I want him to play. Here it is. So I'm going to play Gabriel as the left-footed centre-back. And I'm going to play Eric Bailly going to play Eric Bailly as the right-footed centre-back. Now, Bailly is, this season, the reason why he has just, I don't know whether it was injuries that were really disturbing him because he was not up to his game. But this season, there is a way he's changed. Whenever he's on that pitch, Manchester United look better defensively. And I think it is Harry Maguire this time letting down letting down Eric Bailly. I think United will reach a point where they understand that it's not about getting a partner for Harry Maguire, but it's about getting a partner for any other centre-back apart from Harry Maguire. I think it's a mistake to build your defense upon a defender who has already shown you that however much he's captain, however much is he's carrying all this responsibility, he is not yet ready. And for Gabriel, however much there are so many talks around how declined he is, I think he's still our best centre-back, and I cannot bring in Harry Maguire ahead of Gabriel Magalhaes. So that is the centre-back partnership I'll go for. I'll go with Kieran Tierney. This should be my left back. Okay, in the right back, of course, that is it's a no-brainer. It's going to be Aaron van Bissaka. I mean, Bissaka is, for me, he's not one of the best right backs like many people think. He is not one of those players that I fancy a lot. He's not one of those players that I treasure a lot. He's not one of those players that I believe they're so exceptional or extraordinary. He is not among that group, no. But I think Manchester United are lucky to have him because he's so good defensive-wise. The only problem he has is going forward. And that's why I do not actually rate him ahead of players like Pereira. I don't rate him ahead of players like Semedo. I don't rate him ahead of players like Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's so bad going forward. The cross, of course, a Manchester United fan is gonna tell you that he's improving, but that is still below average. He's not yet good enough, and that's my problem with Aaron van Bissaka. But of course, he's better than Bellerin, he's better than Cedric, and I think he's better than Ainsley Martinez, who has not actually got playing time this season. And I think he's going to be a very, very, very key figure in Manchester United's play today, because we have very good players on the flanks. Saka is on the flanks. Martinelli, Opepe is one of them is going to be occupying the other flank, and of course you have Emily Smith-Rowe, who is always in the middle of the pack and always on the flank. So I think Bissaka needs to be strong. In the left back, I'll go with Kieran Tierney. Now, there are no questions about this. This is another no-brainer. I think, well, someone is going to tell me Luke Shaw has been so good and everything, but Kieran Tierney at Arsenal has been unquestionable. What he provides has been truly and truly unquestionable. He's been so good this season. And I think the problem with him is the injury. I just wish he could play a whole season. Yeah, I just wish he could play a season. But I'll take him ahead of Telles, and I'll take him ahead of Luke Shaw. However much Luke Shaw has really improved ever since Telles was signed from Portugal. I think he has really improved in his game. But Kieran Tierney has been really exceptional for Arsenal, and I cannot actually drop him for Luke Shaw. Now, in the midfield, I'll only put one Arsenal player, and that's going to be Thomas Partey. only him. And I think we are all gonna agree. Thomas Partey has played so little this season, very few games this season, but all the games that he has played, his impact is so visible. There is no Manchester United player, not Fred, not Matic, not Pogba, not. I think it's only Bruno Fernandes who has an effect that Partey has on Arsenal. Whenever he's in that side, everything is different. The players playing around him become so good. The team starts rolling the ball forward. We start passing, with confidence. We start scoring goals. We start creating chances. We start defending well. Our defense now starts, at the center half. Before our defenders, the ball reaches our defenders. We almost have a back line of three in the midfield. And I think Thomas Partey, it is true, we have already said it, he's one of those players that can actually play in any side in the Premier League. He can play ahead of Jordan Henderson at Liverpool. Of course, that's a little bit, debatable, because Henderson, for me, is the best, is the best at that holding, midfield in the league. He's so good at what he does. I think, I never believed in Jordan Henderson, but he has lived to see regimes come and fall at Liverpool. He was there under Brendan Rodgers. He was there before Brendan Rodgers, and he's now under Klopp. And I think if Klopp decides to leave, he'll leave Jordan Henderson there. I think Henderson is one of those, I think, fascinating players in the midfield. You might not see what he does actually at Liverpool, but the Liverpool fans know, and I know what Liverpool get from Jordan Henderson. But I think Thomas Partey could actually play with Jordan Henderson and I think push away Gigi Wijnaldum, something like that. Yeah, but I don't think he can actually push away Jordan Henderson from the starting lineup. So I'll play Thomas Partey. Now I'll play him alongside Paul Pogba in the midfield, and I think no Arsenal fans will have any objections to this. Pogba's, I don't know what the hell is happening to some players. Granit Xhaka, Paul Pogba, Hector Bellerin. There is a way, they just turn their seasons from worse to better. Not even from bad to good, but from worse to better. And I think Pogba is one of those players that have actually done it successfully. I think United have, in the past 4 games, it has all been, it has all been about Pogba. And they're so lucky because Bruno Fernandes, there are games where Bruno Fernandes is not at his best. And you think, where is United going to go from here when they do not have Bruno at his best? And Pogba has provided the perfect alternative. Creates chances, scores goals. I think he has brought them 6 points in the last 3 games because he scored the winner against Newcastle. He also scored them the winner against Burnley. Yeah, so I think you could see how much impactful he is when it comes to Manchester United. And of course, the other player in the midfield is gonna be Bruno Fernandes. This is another no-brainer. He has scored 11 times this season, and the team has barely, played 20 games. So a midfielder, 11 goals. He has 8 assists. That means in 20 games, he has engaged in 19 goals scored for Manchester United. Now, that is it. I mean, if I was Blackburn, what I would do is come in with, a Christopher Mulumbu and make sure that, you just hit his ankles and, he's out of the game, or he's injured and he's taken on oxygen, and then the game changes. But of course, Arsenal doesn't play like that. At least we don't play like Atletico Madrid, do we? So, but Bruno qualifies to be in this combined 11. He's so good. He's been very, very brilliant. Now, on the forward line, this is where problems are going to come in. I think Bukayo Saka qualifies to be among them. The forward 3, he's been brilliant for Arsenal. Brilliant. And there is no Manchester United player or fan who is going to say, put Greenwood ahead of Saka. Put Mata ahead of Saka. I don't think. I think, Saka is Arsenal and Arsenal is Saka this season. He's scored as many goals as he could. He has created many chances as he can at his tender age, 19 years of age. And I think this is where many pundits, are getting surprised because Bukayo Saka just broke into the Arsenal starting lineup last season when he was playing, as a left winger. Then he was drawn as a left fullback, and now he's playing through the right wing, and he is still providing the best of the best. So I think Saka qualifies to be on the right wing. On the left wing, where Rashford plays, is where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang plays, and is where Gabriel Martinelli plays. Now, Martinelli has not played so many minutes, so I'll keep him out of this discussion. Aubameyang this season has been actually awful, and Rashford has been very, very inconsistent. Now, many people will tell me, Kosi, Aubameyang is a default. No, Aubameyang is not a default. I'll go with Marcus Rashford. I think the contribution of Marcus Rashford to Manchester United is bigger than the contribution of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at Arsenal up front this season. That is the fact. Aubameyang, ever since he signed that contract, he's just coming back. He scores one, then he gets injured. He scores another, then he gets family problems. Then he goes 6 games without a goal. So I think Rashford has impacted Manchester United more than actually than Aubameyang has impacted us. Now, on the striking line, I would like to go for a striker. Cavani, Lacazette, Anthony Martial. Well, I don't think Martial is having, the best of his the best of campaigns. I'll keep him out of the discussion. I'll go with Alexander Lacazette and Cavani. Cavani has won so many games for Manchester United, especially those games that you think United were already beaten. 2-0 down against Southampton, and then Cavani provides a brace, and then they won it. But also, Alexander Lacazette, ever since we introduced Emile Smith-Rowe, you see a change. Alexander Lacazette, he has scored 9 goals this season, and you think he is worth leading the front line. So I'll go with Alexander Lacazette, and I don't know how many of you people actually agree with me, but that is my combined 11. Alexander Lacazette, Saka, Partey, Tierney, and Gabriel as our Arsenal players. It's surprising, but we only have 5 players in the combined 11, and Manchester United have 6. But okay, they've been so good this season, and that's the reason as to why actually we have few players. I think in terms of quality, just to be honest, in terms of quality, United is a better side. They actually beat us in terms of quality. The kind of players they have, the way they line up, the ability, the money, the value of their players, they are even they are so much ahead of us. But the only thing we have better than Manchester United is we have a very good form. We have picked our first 11 very well. Now we know who starts where and who doesn't start. Unless Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang starts today, at least I know who is going to start. And we should use the same team we used against Southampton. But that's the combined 11. And basically, if you wanted the team news, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is going to be available, but it will be a question whether he starts. Partey is going to be available. It will also be a question whether he starts. Martin Odegaard is available and fit. Both Partey and Odegaard have been past fit, so there's no need to worry. It's only Tierney who is going to be out, and the big question is who comes in as the left back, because remember Sid Kolasinac is at Schalke 04. I don't know whether he's playing football or he's in a holiday, because the team is actually facing relegation, but I don't want to know about that. But the question is, who are we going to use? Don't use Cedric, because Cedric is so awful as the left back, and I think Mikel Arteta has seen that. If you use a Cedric, then it's a big liability. I'll speak to you very, very soon. My name is Kosi, and that has been the combined 11 Arsenal versus Manchester United. Exactly to, did I say to 8:30 p.m.